exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr-Magazine.
And it's Saturday. What's sold on eBay? BOLO day. That's a mouthful. What we try to do every single week is to show you a bunch of things that's sold on eBay. Do a little bit of deep dive into what they are, why they sold, a little backstory on them, how you can find them. And Mr. Magazine has something that I think I've seen before.
So the last time we saw it did not get paid for.
Oh.
And it went for a lot more money.
Oh.
Right after the Super Bowl, so football was still hot.
Yeah.
So I took a bigger loss. I didn't take a loss, but I took less this time around. I took $2,200, which was about, after the fees, I broke even. But the way I look at it is, it's not football season right now.
Right.
It's not going to change at all until it's football season. And if it changes, it's going to wait till Josh Allen does good or bad, which could take months after that. So what can I do with that $2,000 now, or wait and try and hope to get $3,000 8 months from now?
That's actually a good way to think about things.
All these deals coming in, if I'm buying stuff 10 cents on a dollar, say a DVD collection, and it's worth $20,000 and I got to pay $3,000 for it, well, wouldn't I rather turn that into that than take cash, you know what I mean, or sit on that and wait? So It was a business decision. I think it was a good one, and
definitely.
It's out of my hair. I got it paid, and I'm moving on.
Nice.
And I'm moving on to...
Oh, I like that. I see that segue.
What
the heck?
Vintage Pogs binder with hollows and bonus binder, approximately 300 Pogs. Now, Pogs used to be hot years and years ago.
Yes, they were.
And I think I picked these up for next to nothing in a deal. I probably paid nothing, but if I paid anything, I paid $5-10. But if you do search it on eBay, they go for about 10 cents a piece, 20 cents a piece in bulk.
Are there any good Pogs?
I did searches and I tried to see, and I didn't see too much of there's some that are more rare, I guess, but I think Michael Jordan's always a good one. The Jordan ones do sell.
Well, okay, now when you say the Jordan one's a good one, are they $1 good, $5 good, $10 good?
They had a set which came with the Slammer, which is the metal one, the thicker one. And it was I think it had a card set in it. That might be $50. But say it's 20 Pogs and you get everything else with it. But for the most part, in bulk, you're getting about 20 cents a piece.
So you're not going to get rich on them. However, you're not going to pay a lot for them.
Right. If these are a garage sale, you probably pick them up for $5-10, and
move it for.
Some people had 5,000 Pogs went for $500 or something like that. So you never know. I threw a bunch of them out years ago just because I needed room.
Yeah.
Next up, here's something else you might be able to find at a garage sale. A 1993 Jurassic Park Kenner Jungle Explorer truck Jeep. Made by Universal.
Well, what size is that?
It's about 124 scale.
Okay, so it's good size.
125th scale, maybe the touch smaller than that. But it went for
$72.
$70. It was in great shape. I don't know if it was complete or not, but it's shown there's $70. So
now, what would that? I'm assuming that came in a box and everything. Originally.
Yeah, in box it would be. I'm gonna guess $300-$500.
Are Jurassic Park toys
the original from the original first movie are really good. Yeah, especially the T-Rex. Anything unopened, and you can clearly tell because they all have a JP logo on their hind legs or somewhere along on the dinosaurs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Next up, I'm not a Bills fan, but I'm a money fan, and I bought this. If we can see what's going on here. Yep.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm spacing out. Jim Kelly Bills Danbury Mint 8-inch All-Star figurine, limited edition, and I got to get the mouse out of here.
What are you doing?
Is it me? I act like I don't know what I'm doing.
All right. Well, anyway, it's a Danbury Mint. What did they go for?
And it went for $280. $280. So, if you see anything like this, if you're a Bills fan, buy it and keep it, or if you want money, sell it and keep the money.
And they've looked at it for quite a while now.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Here's something I don't usually buy: antique Dites number 2 Iron Cold Blast Wall Oil Lantern, 15 inches, New York engraved. All right. So I try to stay away from this stuff, but when you're buying a big deal and these type of things are just thrown in or added in for a few dollars, it's hard to turn them down. So I did buy them as part of the deal because they had markings on them. If they have no markings on them, I don't know what I'm selling. Unless it was free, I would take it if it's free. But this one, I probably paid $5 or $10. I think I had 2 of them. This one, I think I took an $80 offer on it, which I can't argue with that ever. I would do that all day long. But it's something that doesn't look like much, and I don't know much about it. You could probably clean it up and make it look nicer and get more money.
And that could be the kind of thing you find in the corner of a barn at a barn sale.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, so don't ever turn away money. All right, next up, this is Vintage Hot Wheels Super Chrome.
I don't know what you're doing today.
Holy
mackerel!
It's a 911 Porsche Redline, unopened.
Holy gee!
I had this up for $700 at one point. I ended up taking like $400 on it. But again, I've had it for probably how long? at least 6 months. So I got good money out of it. $400. It's sold. It's out of there. Moving on. So
wow,
yeah, it's cool. Very good.
Crazy.
Yeah, good stuff. Super chrome. It's red line. It's double doozy. All right, last up, 1980s LGN WWF Wrestling Superstars lot. We got Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, and more. 14 of them, and they went for maybe $15 a piece, and you can't argue with that. Maybe close to 20. Yeah, $15-20 a piece. And you see them out there. Those are big rubbery ones.
Yeah.
They look cheaply made, but they're real hard and hardened rubber. And wrestling's hot. Everything's hot with vintage wrestling. Any type of figures you can find out there, scarf them out.
And one good thing about those, correct me if I'm wrong, but those did not come with accessories, correct?
I don't believe so. I think some of you came with belts, but that's about it. Yeah, no weapons or anything.
Yeah, nothing at all to worry about on that there. If you see what you see is what you get, what you can sell. All right, we're going to start up the Papergoy section with everybody's favorite Win magazine.
Wow.
Because
you win with Win.
I do win with Win, and I probably have the world's largest collection of Win magazines online. If you are in the market for Win magazines, definitely do stop by Papergoy over on eBay or papergoy.com, and you will find what you need. If I don't have it, good luck. Win magazine, April 15th, 1976. UFW, United Farm Workers, gay subculture, Julius Eichel. I think I took a $20-some offer on it, but take a look at the condition on that.
It looks
literally has pieces of paper glued to it.
Wow, okay.
Glued to it. Yeah. Paper glued on spine. Didn't want to try to remove it. No reason
that's
to.
That's an odd way to repair it, but okay.
There were like 4 or 5 in a row, all from that date that the person did it for. I have no idea at all why.
But if it were mint, were you really changing the price?
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's not like you're putting, I would put 80 or 50 or 60.
No, right. No,
same price.
Same price, yeah.
Same outcome.
That is true. Modern Hairstyles magazine. If you can find Hairstyles magazine, they can be very, very good. June 1987, Linda Carter, Deborah Shelton, and Lindsay Bloom. With a nice little, right there, Linda Carter.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that is Wonder Woman, all right. And I'm having Mr. Magazine problems. $42 on that one over there.
Apparently it's a mouse problem.
$42 on that, though. You cannot argue with that at all.
So you're saying $42.
I did say $42 3 times now.
Oh, all right.
Next up. Oh, my goodness gracious. We are definitely
so it wasn't me, was it?
Well, for anybody not looking, Mr. Magazine is putting his hand over and screwing with the mouse as we're speaking.
Sure, as far as you know.
Official Hawaiian, and see now, official Hawaiian Tropics Southern Girls Swimsuit Calendar 2003. Now this is kind of funny because I was out at a sale actually with Mysterious Benefactor when he was up visiting, and I went and I bought this and I paid $1 for it, and I was all excited about that. This got me all excited, but enough about that. And I was like, oh, it's going to go for good money. I get home, these are going for like $10, $12. This is like a sucker's bet a lot of times, which is kind of crazy because I'm like, I thought it would be a really good calendar. So I put it up at 24 and ended up getting the 24 out of it. Mm-hmm. The problem with this is it's a little bit oversized. It's too big to fit in the envelopes that you use for it's like 15 inches. So it's too big for the Life magazine size envelopes or the cardboard for it. So you got to end up using the larger size envelope for it as well. But I'm happy to get $24 out of it. I'm happy it moved fairly quickly, moved within a couple of months.
Now, is there a reason you didn't put Molson in the title?
No.
Okay. So I didn't know if eBay didn't want you to put alcohol in there.
No, none whatsoever. And it looks like I probably had room.
You still got double whatever else, so it doesn't
That is
really
true.
matter.
I probably would have got triple that. I put Molson. Darn it.
Exactly.
Next up. Rudolph Valentino is actually a BOLO. Rudolph Valentino stuff always sells. Mr. Magazine can give you the BOLOs all day long for the 1980s, but nobody can top me with the 1930s BOLOs.
True.
Rudolph Valentino, a Farewell to Arms movie ad herald. You'll find these out there. They're called ad heralds, and there's actually a whole section dedicated to them under the entertainment movie section. And what they were is you open them up. They're little, I'm not going to say booklets because they're literally, there's nothing inside. They just open up. But they show the various movies that were being shown at the theater at that time. So you can find them out there. The hardest thing with selling these, sometimes you got to do a little bit of research to identify what town they're from or what city they're from. If you can figure that out, you can get a little more money out of there as well, because somebody will remember that theater or collect that theater. Again, $28 out of that, though. Cannot argue with that whatsoever. You know what else you can't argue with? Santa Claus. You better not.
Looks familiar.
Santa Claus paper napkins, unused vintage Christmas list tree doll, lot of six of this. I think they gave me $15 for these 6, and they bought another lot that I had up of Christmas napkins as well.
Wow.
Getting a couple of bucks each out of napkins, and they literally are the paper napkins from back in the day.
Christmas came early.
It certainly did, and 6.5-inch square. So not large napkins by any means whatsoever, paper napkins. You can probably, now I ended up paying for these because the dealer that I bought these from was in an estate sale. They had an entire box full of napkins. Now obviously they weren't going to give away an entire box full of napkins for nothing.
Right.
They wanted a price in the whole box, and I did well. I made money off of the whole box. But if you see 1 or 2 of these floating around at an estate sale or flea market, throw it in the pile. You're not going to get charged for it. The guy will just look and go, "Oh, that's pretty cool," and he won't even charge you for it. Free money. Cannot argue with that. Rolling Stone, number 351, September 3rd, 1981. Stevie Nicks, Harry Chapin, and Moody Blues, WOLD. $28 on this over here. I don't do much with Rolling Stones. This just happened to be in a collection that I bought, and I listed it. Is that a good price? Not a good price? Did I leave money on the table? Is it reasonable for that era?
It's got a mailing label, so I think you got fair market value.
Okay. Is it...
It's good shape, I mean, maybe without a label, you get $5-10 more,
Is it because of Stevie Nicks? Is it because of Harry Chapin passed and he's on there? I mean, is there any...
It could be Harry Chapin, yeah.
I just was wondering, because I don't deal in Rolling Stone, and I usually don't buy them. I mean, other than early issues or the Lennon one. This just happened to come in a collection, so I said, what am I going to do with it? I might as well list it.
Yeah.
Cool. So I wanted to bring that up there, ask you your knowledge.
Nice.
And now we go back into things that I know about. ICS, International Correspondence Schools, Art Books, lot of 17 from the 1940s. I took a $75 offer on it. I left money on the table. I could have taken these 17 and probably listed 12 to 13 of them on Amazon for $5 to $12 each, somewhere in that ballpark, plus shipping. But then the other 3 or 4 wouldn't even be on Amazon. Then I'd have to figure out what to do with them.
Right.
Or I could get $75 out of the 17, which works out to just about $4 a piece after shipping.
Good job.
I would much rather get that because I actually bought this at a library sale, and they had the whole pile with string around it, $5 on the entire lot. I said I would rather pay, or I'd rather get $75, move it on out. I bought it right. Give a good deal to somebody else on this. You can find these things out there, though, regularly. And a lot of times, again, the people were taking the courses because it truly was a correspondence school. So you'll find a lot of them all together. Good way to get rid of them. Just list them all together in one lot, have pictures of all of the covers, and just move them on out. Next up. New Art of Makeup Booklet, Max Factor, Hollywood, 1939, Joan Crawford. This is another thing. I got I think person made me a counter offer, $30 on it. I thought this was really, really good.
Yeah.
People are selling this. This is not super common, but it's fairly common. It's a $15 to $20 item. Wow. Sometimes you just don't know.
Max Factor's still around 90 years later. You think it'd be an early Max Factor, it'd be $50, $100.
Well, plus, if you take a look down over here, Myrna Loy, Joan Crawford, Rosalind Russell. I mean, more. Now, I don't believe the other people necessarily listed every single star. So I may have made the sale at 30, and they were asking 20, and they didn't take the time to type out the names. But everybody's name is listed on the pages.
Yeah.
So it isn't like I had to do research and use Google Lens and take a picture and then say, who is this?
Right.
I turned each page, and it had a person's name on it, and I typed the name in. So sometimes, especially on something other like this, doing the extra work is worth it because that extra work, I mean, turning the pages and typing these names out made me $10. Cannot argue with that at all.
No, definitely not.
And finally today, Wilson Sports Equipment. Now, I don't know if you remember this or not. Catalog, Ted Williams, Bob Feller, Sam Snead, Bobby Riggs. 1949, which I didn't even have room for the date on there. I don't know if you remember this or not, but this is the thing that I put up, and I got heckled by somebody who then got the band hammer on him, got Ralphie Boy on him, because he told me that I was insane. It was my item. I could price it whatever I want, but these are $25 to $50 at the most, absolute most. I think he may even said $40 at the most, and I was crazy. I ended up getting $110 for it, and
sorry,
past your bedtime here.
It certainly is.
I got $110 for it, and the person that bought it was overseas, so they paid another $20 on shipping on it.
Awesome.
So they paid $130 on something that an old timer told me that it wasn't even worth about $25.
Makes you wonder where he's buying his from,
right?
If anywhere.
But again, I did lots of pictures on it. I mean, it's loaded.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
got Bob Feller,
Great
Ted
stuff.
Williams, Sam Schneed,
Cool.
Bobby Riggs. Nice shape. But again, this is just another time to show you stick by your price. If you've got something that you think is good, and it's not super common, put your price on it, and don't let the old timers talk you down. They're going to try. They're going to heckle you. We've all got Ralphie the Man Hammer. Use it on them if you need to, and make the sale, and then you can laugh all the way to the bank. And in fact, that's me laughing.
Didn't Tammy Wynette say that? Stand by your price.
I believe she did. That's me laughing again.
Oh yeah. That's a good laugh.
Thank you. It's heartfelt. Do hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye bye.